Welcome to the couch. I have something to talk to you about today. One of the most common symptoms I hear from all the teens who contact me, from all the stories I read, is not being able to sleep at night. This is awful. This is terrible. And here we are, right here. We're finally going to do something about it. So if you're depressed or suffering from any other mental challenges, you might not be able to sleep at night. Or when you do, or you sleep too much, and your sleep is just off, it's messed up. And you know that this isn't normal and this isn't good. There's a lot of different causes that can be a cause of this. Let's just boil it down to the main ones. The first thing to keep in mind is that there is research to show that when you reach your teenagehood, and you're going through all these changes, is that your circadian rhythm, which governs when you're tired and when you're not tired, that can become disrupted, and it can actually shift as much as about 2 hours or so. So you might have noticed that when you get older, or when you've gotten older, maybe it was a few years ago, many years ago, you might have noticed that you're no longer tired around the same time. And that's due to the changing hormones and chemicals in your mind and in your body. That's one thing to keep in mind. So don't get frustrated with yourself if you can't still go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. If you can, that's awesome. I wish I could, honestly. But don't be disappointed with yourself or mad at yourself when you can't do that. So know that first. The other thing is that when you're depressed, when you're suffering from different mental health challenges, different disorders, is that the brain chemistry is messed up. It's off balance. There are so many things going on down to the molecular level, which gets super complicated. I'm not going to try to get too complicated right now. But know that different chemicals in your brain that help you sleep or help you be tired, help you feel calm or peace, they're disrupted, or they can be disrupted. And that can be a cause of not being able to sleep, is because something like melatonin might not be produced enough, it might be blocked, or there might be something wrong with your melatonin, and that could be a cause of you not being able to sleep, because that is the chemical in your mind that helps you become tired and sleep at night. Another cause of this is the overall stress and anxiety and sadness and negative thoughts that are swirling around your mind and are in your life when you're depressed, when you're anxious. And then so this keeps you up at night. And I know when I was awake at night, I would just have all of these thoughts running through my head. I couldn't fall asleep. And I'd just be thinking, oh, I'm worthless, I'm terrible, I'm awful, I wish everyone was just gone, I wish I was gone, or I wish things were changed, or I wish if I was here, it'd be better, if I was this person, I'd be better. And then of course this was going on every single night. So you see the combination here between these three things. And of course situational circumstances can add to this too, whether it's bad home lives, bullying, or any kind of different situational problem that's going on. That can also be a cause of this and preventing you from falling asleep. So those are the main causes of it. But the important thing is what to do about it and how to find it out, whether it's in yourself or your friend. If you can't sleep at night in yourself, you probably know it. I would assume you would know that you can't fall asleep at night. But as a friend, sometimes you can tell too. You notice that somebody's, texting or calling you at night all the time. Or they're posting on social media late at night. I know we've seen that. I know I've seen that. 3 o'clock in the morning, and someone's posting on social media, and I know what time zone they're in. And I think, whoa, okay. Is there something wrong here? Is there something special? Like, what's going on? And if I see that a lot of times, that's when I become worried for somebody that I know. Whether it's a close friend or someone I just know through social media, is that I'll keep an eye on them and go, I think there might be something wrong there. So those are some ways to find it. And of course, if they're always talking about being tired, if they're always talking about not sleeping, then obviously they're not sleeping at night. I would always take that, and I would take that as truth, because someone just like telling you they're not sleepy at night, I mean, I've never ever heard someone like exaggerating the amount of sleep they got, unless like it was over, like, oh, I got 15 hours of sleep. Yeah, right, no you didn't. But so look at, it could be social media or just how they're acting. If they notice that they're constantly tired, maybe they're falling asleep at class all the time, they're not doing well in sports anymore, they're not focusing, those can be signs that they're not able to sleep at night. Now, when we get to overcoming this is hard, it's tricky, because there's so many factors involved. So the first thing we have to do is we have to make sure that your brain chemistry is being aligned. We do that through medication. Now, if you are diagnosed with a mental disorder, you'll most likely be put on medication. And that is a great way to help balance those chemicals. So like I was talking about melatonin earlier, is that if you have a melatonin maybe deficiency, then maybe the medication can balance that, or maybe it's being blocked from triggering neurons and all that complicated stuff, is that the medication can help with that. It can also help with all the other chemicals in your brain because you have a lot of them. So that's what medication is for. So I'd always advise starting there. It helped me, and it can help you as well. Of course, it's not one size fits all. One medication isn't going to cure everything. There's a lot of other things that we have to do in order to heal from this. So first step, medication and therapy. Those are the first two steps I would always take. And then the second step I would take is making sure you're getting a regular exercise during the day. What this does is it makes your body tired for a night. Because I know we've all had those days where we just gotta sit in a chair, we don't do anything, maybe we watch videos all day. Maybe you're doing this right now, watching my videos. I would say after this video, get up and go exercise. Or you can stop it right now. Anyway, let's get back to it. So when you exercise, you do a lot of things. There's a lot of health benefits. I'm not going to get into all of them, but one of them is that you tire your body out so it needs sleep better. And it can make you more tired when you go to bed. This isn't like one day you exercise, you run, and then you're immediately better. No, it takes a while. It takes a while forming the habit. And if you haven't watched my videos on forming habits, you can find all 3 of them down below, and I give you a full picture of what you need to create a long-lasting habit that just works. So exercise is a fantastic way. Another way is to communicate with your parents, with maybe a close sibling. What this does, especially if you do this at night, what my parents did was every single night, they sat down with me when I was after my attempt and I was first healing. They sat down with me and they said, okay, how was your day? What's going on? What are you thinking? How are you doing? Tell us honestly. We promise not to punish you, get you in trouble, yell at you, or anything. We just want to know. And what this did was communicate, of course, with my parents so they knew what was going on, so they could help me if I needed it. But what it also did is it helped me get all the stuff inside, get it out. It's out there, it's away, boom, I go to bed. See? So it gets all that bad stuff out of your head. Of course, does it work 100%? No. But it's all these little things that can really add up. And also, I would encourage you, whether it's through meditating or just quiet or something, finding some quiet time, especially before you go to bed. And whether it's thinking about how awesome of a person you are, how grateful you are for stuff in your life, or just, looking on the positive side of stuff that's been going on, is that can also be a great help for you to calm your mind. So that way you're not caught up in all the stuff that's just around you. Because there's so much stuff. We all have stuff. I have stuff. You have stuff. Everyone has stuff. And there's a lot of stuff. And we don't want that stuff hovering around our brains all the time, do we? No, we don't. I don't. I'm assuming you don't either. So some way to help mitigate that, to help lessen those effects, is awesome. Whether it's by listening to one of your favorite music artists, watching maybe one of your favorite YouTube videos, right here. That's okay. There's a lot of cool channels out there. Any kind of thing like that, that can help you set up the time for bed. Also, creating a nightly routine. Having a routine, say, okay, at this time, I go through these motions, change into my PJs, I brush my teeth, and then I do this, and then I do that, and then I meditate, and then turn off the lights and go to bed. And that's your system, that's your rhythm. And then get into that rhythm, and it can be a lot easier to fall asleep at night, especially when combined with all of the other stuff that's been going on. Those are the main ways to overcome this. Of course, there are so many little tips and tricks that everyone has out there. The main thing is to start with medication and therapy and exercise. Those 3 things are going to be the most powerful. And then of course, of the four things, talking to your parents. You want to keep that up. You want to keep that going because it gets all your stuff out and it also communicates with them so they know how to help you. And then of course, if you establish a nightly routine, that can be a great help as well. I hope this was helpful, and always remember that if you're struggling from this, going through this, all this stuff, that's what I'm here for. You can message me. I have like all the social medias, almost all the social medias, pretty much all of them. I have an email. Just message me. I will get back to you, even if it takes a little bit of time because I get a lot of messages, but I will get back to you. I'll try to help you as best I can. You are awesome. I believe it. Thanks for watching. This is something that I have been wanting to put out for a long time, and I'm so glad I'm finally able to do it. Make sure you're sharing this with your friends. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're commenting with what you want me to talk about next. Remember, being ashamed, staying ashamed.